South Plains Food Company is our P&P Live title sponsor. We are delivering candid conversations in video format on Facebook Live as well as on our weekly podcast thanks to their support. Every detail of South Plains Food Company has been meticulously planned to give guests and employees a 5-star experience. If you're looking to pick something up to take home, there's a dedicated to-go area to get you in and out in no time. If you're looking for a night spot with live entertainment, they have an indoor seating area that is very cozy and inviting, with one-of-a-kind tables designed by local artisan Pastimes Antique Woods. They also have an enormous deck for you to spend those beautiful Louisiana nights with your friends and family. The menu includes local favorites like the Good Stuff spinach dip and the muffalata, as well as steaks, barbecue, and a wide selection of house specialty seafood. Boudin stuffed oysters, anyone? If you're looking for something a little lighter, the shrimp remoulade salad or sautéed veggie plate provides options for everyone in your family. They also have an entire room dedicated to on-tap beer. So stop by and have a drink and check out the place to be in Zachary. Thank you, South Plains Food Company, for your support. And now to our live broadcast with David McDavid, 2022 mayoral candidate. All right, Z-Town, the election season has been quite a wild ride. But when the ride is over, we'll have an unprecedented amount of newly elected officials serving this great city. With Thanksgiving behind us, we've still got to get through these runoffs before Santa comes to town. We've got an important show for you today. Both mayoral candidates were invited to participate in a debate-style format featuring a series of economic development questions. Unfortunately, Francis Nazianzo was not able to attend, but Chief McDavid was. He was given the questions ahead of time. We've got Zachary's own David McDavid in the booth today, and we're also broadcasting on Facebook Live. Y'all ready for another candidate interview? Let's get into it. I'm Mike Gennaro, a local commercial realtor and the host of this podcast.
And I'm David McDavid.
On cue. We connect our community with local leaders and influencers in the best way we know how through candid conversations every Monday. This is Porch and Parish, the podcast, live 2022 runoff edition. All right, let's get into it. Since much of our local government is funded by sales tax dollars, one of the main roles of mayor is to promote economic development. So that's what's on our mind tonight. In your opinion, what are Zachary's top 3 core competencies that will set it apart strategically compared to other cities in the region?
Like I said, number one school system. We were 15 years running. West Feliciana leaped us last year. We back to number one again. That sets a lot of precedent right there. You know, with people want to bring their kids to a great school system, but not only academically, but sports. We have a great programs from football, baseball, basketball, track, cross country, soccer, swimming, tennis, golf. We have so many programs here for the kids to participate extracurricular after school.
Yeah.
With our number one fire department, I mean, that lowers our insurance here. That's awesome. Low crime here. I mean, if you look back, we've been in the top 10 of safe cities, in my 11 years here at the as chief of police here in Zachary. But also we have, accessibility to the interstate 10 or 15 minutes away from Exxon or downtown Baton Rouge or to the mall, maybe 10 or 15, 20, depending on what time of day that it is to get through the traffic. But we're a great city to sit here, and that's why people want to come here and be part of this great city.
Yeah. Awesome. You gave us 4. I asked for 3. So bonus or line up, right? Well, okay, this is a tougher one. What would you say Zachary is not doing well currently compared to other cities in the region? And I don't want to be negative, but what can we improve upon?
Well, I think communication would be a good thing. We can let our residents know what's going on, maybe come up with a good some type of program. We can send out messages just like the school does of what's going on around the city, what kind of work we're having on in each neighborhood or in each council district, things like that. What live events we got coming up, like Live After 5, farmers market, promote city. We got to promote Zachary.
Yeah, excellent. What actions would you take to promote economic development within your first 100 days?
Well, I like to get a group together with some commercial realtors and some key players within the city, councilmen, some other builders, just ordinary people in Zachary, and form a committee, set our priorities, what we need to go after here in Zachary. We need to go after every business model that fits Zachary sizes. And ask them, is it either yes or no? Are you coming to Zachary? We got this land. Yeah. We need to have a plan set up, a map set up. This is where you can go in Zachary. This is where we want to go commercially. This is where we're going to go, in the housing development. But we need to have that plan in place. But we need to also plan for 5 to 25 years from now and be prepared for what's coming down the line.
Yeah. All right. Well, you beat me to my next question. So do you foresee any changes to the UDC under your administration? You said plan out which businesses go where, and
yeah, we need to look at our UDC. I know they've been updating. We got a great guy there, Bryant Dixon, who is
he's a rock star. I think
he's good. He's looking at a lot of things. He's changing some things that fits us. But we also got a plan for that, 5 to 25 years down the road as we grow in Zachary, and look at our infrastructure, our drainage, our gas, tax, electrical and sewage, and that. So make sure that we're prepared. But also your law enforcement and your fire department. We need to make sure all these divisions are updated and ready to go for the next 5 to 25 years. We got to have a plan down the road.
Yeah. So is Zachary's infrastructure equipped to handle the projected population growth it will experience in the next 10 to 20 years? Or, is there any work left for you to do?
I think we had a master plan, but as we grow, you go back to 2010, I think we were at 14,000.
Yeah.
Now we're at 20,000. You look at it, we could be at 30,000 next 10 years here in Zachary. We need to be prepared, and we're not there yet. We need to continue to work on our infrastructure, roads and that. We need to work with our federal government, get them funding, get city parish to get up here and fix some of the parish roadways like Rollins Road, Macosa's in not too good a condition. I rode down both of them this weekend checking on some stuff out there, my signs. They need some serious updating.
Yeah.
And the city parish has got to come up and work with us and work together. That's their roadways. If they want to give us the funding so we can do it ourselves, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But we don't work with, Senator Kennedy and Congressman Graves. We got to get the funding here to help Zachary. We're sometimes, it makes us feel like we're up here on an island by ourselves, and we're not getting the funding we need. Our senators and representatives need to understand, Zachary has needs too also.
Yeah. Let's kind of focus on this part of infrastructure, the internet. We experienced a blip on our internet pre-recording here, and so we couldn't exactly do our Facebook Live like it was planned. So what can we do to make sure everybody has access to internet and that it's quality internet without any?
We need to sit down with our companies, Cox and AT&T, making sure they're reaching everybody, including the rural areas of Zachary. These young students can, do their homework at home, not having to go out to the libraries. We can do it at home. If they're sick, they can do their homework at home. But also, just like a business, you count on that internet to make money. And just like other businesses here in town, we got to make sure it's strong.
Oh yeah,
it's easy to access, and it's affordable. And we've got to work with these companies, invite them in, talk, and have workshops, and say, hey, what can you do to make Zachary better? And that's what we got to work on.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. What do you believe the role of mayor and city council should be in the development and support of the region's cultural infrastructure? This is kind of a funny question, right? But when I say cultural infrastructure, I mean arts, music, literature, tourism, that piece.
Well, let's take arts for a second.
Yeah.
We need to get back to the art crawl. We had it. I enjoyed walking around the whole community here, visiting. But also, you give access to other businesses. They got people patronizing them. But you got so many people here who have the capability of great art. Chloe McCleary, Courtney Yos, Mandy Bradley, and some of your students here, like the teacher, Ms. Bucera at Zachary High School. Let these kids come out at the farmers market, display their art, find something for them to do, and if they can sell it, great. But we got a lot of great students here who are very artistic, and we need to go after that. We got a lot of musicians here that, whether it's Christian Crawford or Denton Hatcher, the people that played in the band, you got a band here that can have a sympathy, and that we need to go out and push that, have a big concerts for the bands. Yep. I'm not sure if we got something at the middle school like we used to. I know Carla Murray used to have a band at the middle school, but we need to bring that back. We need to showcase what we got here. And there's a lot of talent, but like I said, tourism, all we got to do here, we have 35 to 40 baseball tournaments a year here. Put our what Zachary's about on the hotel, 4 hotels we have here. Have a channel just about Zachary, and let's promote Zachary. I think that's what we need to do.
Cool idea. Yeah. I know I'm going to give Mike Holt, our producer today, a shout out. He's a band dad, and now I'm a band dad, I suppose. He's also Max's bass instructor, and he's got a bass player himself in the high school band. So, Mike is my wingman today in case I freak out on live, right?
That's right, man. I'm here to lift you up. So.
He also produces all of our episodes. So thank you, Mike. All right, back to the questions. Here's a here's a tricky one. I swore I wouldn't give any disclaimers to it, but this next question regards social media, all right? As they say, the kids are watching. Should elected officials be using their personal social media accounts to comment on city matters, including those involving private citizens? Does the city of Zachary have a social media policy in place currently for elected officials regarding their personal social media accounts?
I don't know of any policy. I know at the police department we have a social media policy that we update it yearly as new laws come out, new rules come out, we update it. I believe everybody should have the First Amendment right to have free speech.
Sure.
I think it's important. But I think we need to be very careful in how we handle that and the way we attack people, especially when there's no evidence or anything like that. We just throw something against the wall and see if it sticks. I don't agree with that. I think you need to come out, be positive. I mean, granted, we can attack people all day long, but where's that getting us?
Yeah.
All it does is divide, Zachary. It's not bringing us together. And our one common goal here is to work together, teamwork.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, if you're a teacher, they have social media policies, right?
Yes.
If you work at a company, you still have your First Amendment rights, but they are going to, have a policy. So I just wanted to know.
Yeah, I think it's something that we look at with the legal department and sit down on what we can do and come up with a policy. Do we need that here? It's something we'll look at.
Yeah, cool. All right. We have so many people from all over the country and regionally that move here for jobs and schools. Some citizens complain that we are experiencing unmitigated growth. But how much growth is too much? How will you balance accommodating new citizens flocking to the area while keeping growth under control?
Well, that's where we go back to our master plan and see where we're going to grow at. We got a lot of property that's up for sale. We had some that sold over 1,000 acres over on East Plains, Port Hudson. Maybe bring in the developer. Hey, what are your plans are? What can we do? Can we fulfill this, needs here? And that's what we got to look. We got to plan. And that's what we need to do down the line is plan for the next 25 years and see. Now, if we annex in, do we do, different things like that? But I think we work together with the developers, with your economic development and see what we need. I mean, if you build it, they'll come.
Yeah.
But we got to be careful. We got to be smart growth all the way around. Make sure we have the amenities, make sure we have walking trails, use a lot of the green spaces, not trading out green space for swamp area. We need to be smart about it. And we need to, make sure we're doing the right things for growth here. I mean, you travel around the United States just like I do, and we see different areas that we see good growth at, and that's what we want and have great experiences there.
Yeah. When you say swapping out green areas, so in developing, they have these areas that are designated green spaces, right? Yeah. But you're saying some developers just use like the wetlands or a trash area for green space and just say.
And that's where I'll get with Bryant Dixon again, and we'll look at developer bring in a traffic study or flood study. We need to look at that ourselves and make sure that it's being done right, not just taking everybody's word for it.
Yeah.
And make sure it's done right. We got companies here in Zachary that we can utilize to do that, to look at that, and make sure we're being smart and that with our growth, and make sure we're doing everything that's right. Yeah. We're not flooding our citizens out, and make sure we're losing a lot of watershed here that's causing some problems to the north here.
Yeah, yeah. We have incredibly talented graduates from Zachary schools each year. What are 3 things we can do to retain top talent in Zachary? And I'm just going to say this is one of the biggest ones for me personally as a parent of 4 kids. I want to retain talent in Zachary. Of course, I want to see my kids have opportunities here. So you have 3 ideas maybe you can toss out that?
I think the things we need to look at. Yeah. I mean, my son lives here. Well, he did live here and moved out, but he has a business here in town. I mean, I have preached to my kids, all their adult lives about business, staying in Zachary, where you grew up at, supply surplus resources, commercial growth, transportation and communication is a big thing. Yeah. Education and recreation. We got to offer that. We need to go in there and have a job fair for the students, whether it's Exxon or what, but also promote, the economic development, low crime here, what we got, resources we got here. We got to do recruitment and keep them here in Zachary. Yeah. Hey, we want your business here. Look at so-and-so. He's a graduate of Zachary High. Look at so-and-so. He's a graduate. She or he is a graduate of Zachary High. They have a business here. They can make it. You can too. And we got a lot of them stepped up that's grew up here or opened their business. Thomas Scott, the Gin Juice. You got different people here that's done a lot of good business here. And they're still opening up more business here to help Zachary. And I think small business is the main thing and helps the community. yeah, it's great to have the big one, but the small businesses pretty much carry Zachary.
Cool. I'm out of questions. I'm going to hit you with one if you're okay. How will you be a leader that unifies as mayor?
I'm able to already do it now. As police chief, we have a great relationship with our public. We involve in our schools. I grew up here. I know pretty much everybody that's been here, and I get to know everybody. You see me, I walk around with a smile on my face. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to find out what's going on. I can reach across the aisles and talk to people all day long and bring unity. I mean, we've done this before when we bring our school system together. We brought the school, the community together. We went to Washington to see, hey, this is what we want, Zachary. We want a great school system.
Yeah.
Look at us now after 22 years, 16 years running this number one school district. So you got to take that and walk with it, work with it, and work with people. And people know who I am. They've been around me all my life. I grew up here, so they know my work ethic. They know what I'm about, and just work hard. You know, and that's what we got to do. Everybody's opinion is important to me. Everybody's ideal is important to me. I like to surround myself with smart people, work from there, and listen to people. People's got great ideas. That's what I do at the police department. Not always my way is the right way. I listen to my officers who are in my admin, and we work to a common goal, a resolution.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you to Albaledo Media today. We've got Ian in the booth, Miranda out there, Mike Holt, my producer today. Thank you for being here, and big thanks to South Plains Food Company. We're all excited to go get a bite to eat there as soon as they open up. If listeners are interested in learning more about David McDavid, where can they go to connect with you?
Go to my Facebook page, David McDavid for Mayor, or my personal Facebook page, either way. Or you can call me at 225-241-5423, and we'll talk about some of your concerns, and I'll share my plan and vision with you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us, David. You're an incredibly valuable asset to this community through your work as police chief, and we wish you all the best on Election Day. Thanks to all our community partners who make this podcast, the magazine, and everything you see online possible and free. You can support us by supporting them. Head to the link in the show description to learn more about Porch and Parish, Zachary's community magazine, and our wonderful community partners. Here on the podcast, we facilitate candid conversations with local leaders and influencers, and we couldn't do it without your support. So thanks for joining us, looking at my ugly mug today, and don't forget to share this podcast with a friend.